St. Patrick's Day is a week from today, and of course the Southside Irish Parade begins in just a couple of hours. But when it comes to food, corned beef is of course a staple for these Irish celebrations. So how can you cook it in an authentic way? Well, our friend Tony Stallone from Peapod is back with us this morning to walk us through a recipe, and I understand you actually kind of swiped this from a few friends, right?
Yeah, well, first of all, I have a kind of an amusing story.
Yeah.
We have a very good friend who was born on St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah.
And, of course, she's Irish.
Yeah.
And every year she has a celebration, a birthday party. And the first year I was invited, I absolutely love corned beef. And I guess I can eat a lot of corned beef, I found out. So I went back in the kitchen because she made a fabulous corned beef. And I'm going to share her tips with making that corned beef. And I asked for, I said, is there any more left? And they were just like mortified. They looked at me and they just said, every year we have so much left. And I go, I guess it's me this year.
You ate them out of house and home. So let's get started on the recipe. What do we need to know?
Well, the big thing, too, is we asked our Facebook fans at Peapod who, for some tips making the perfect corned beef.
Right.
So I'm going to go through the tips. First of all, never, ever boil the corned beef. Okay? It really has to simmer, and it has to simmer for a very long time.
Okay.
Now, I really like the oven method. Okay. So I put mine in a nice big baking dish, okay? And then we're going to cover it with water. You fill about 3/4 of the way fill with water. And you want to get it up as high as you can, like 3/4 of the way. We're going to seal it really tightly with aluminum foil, and we put it in the oven at 275 degrees. 275 degrees is the simmering point. So you don't have to worry about it, and it cooks evenly.
Okay.
Next tip from the Facebook fans. Guinness. So we're going to pour that Guinness over it. So if you want to do just all water, or you can do a combination of half water, half Guinness.
Oh, wow. And that's going to just absorb all of that.
And we have Facebook fans tell us about apple juice and apple cider, but really Guinness is the one that kind of penetrates the meat and gives it that great flavor. You can smell that, too.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
So that's the best way. Again, seal it, 275 degrees. Another great Facebook fan told us a recipe that they found on Taste of Home, and it's a glaze. And this glaze is online. We can look at the recipe. But it's really a little bit of butter, brown sugar, some ketchup, and some mustard. So after you've cooked your corned beef, let's just brush it and glaze it. So you want to be really heavy with the glaze, and you pop that in the oven at 350 degrees for about 20 minutes, And you get a nice crust on there. As you can see, we have a fully prepared one there. And I just love that sweet flavor that mellows with the richness, the heartiness of the corned beef, as well as that kind of saltiness. It really balances it.
Outstanding. And I love the way you've really spiced up the whole presentation with a lot of green.
Yep. Now, the last one is the Jane way, and it was our good friend Jane, and this is her method, and I highly recommend it.
This is the poor lady that you ate out of house and home?
Yes, I did.
Okay. All righty.
So what she does is she roasts it. So you want to get a roasting pan that has kind of a bottom there. Fill that with a little bit of water, And then she places some nice thick sliced onions.
Those are beautiful onions, too.
The fat cap is up, So you put the onions right on top. Put a little bit of, about 2-3 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar right on top. And that acid really helps help with the richness of that corned beef. And then we're going to seal it. Now, Jane's way takes a long time. I'm going to warn you. You seal it, put it in the oven at 250 degrees. She cooks it a little bit lower for about 5 hours for a 3 to 4 pound corned beef, and it comes out so tender.
And that sounds outstanding. And then lastly?
Lastly is a quick horseradish sauce that I whip up, because I love marrying the flavor of the sweetness with this and the kind of the horseradish with the corned beef. So it's mustard, horseradish, mayonnaise, and then the secret here is heavy whipping cream. So we kind of whip that, and then we're going to fold that into this sauce, and then it wouldn't be St. Patrick's Day without a little green parsley in there, and serve that along with your corned beef.
Outstanding, Tony. We love it. We always love having you come. Tony Stallone from Peapod. So if you're getting ready to cook Irish style, getting your Irish on for the next few weeks in Chicago, because it's a month-long holiday here. You can find Tony's recipes for corned beef and more on our website at abc7chicago.com. Just click on See It on TV. Tony, thanks. Appreciate you.
Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Absolutely.